Alright, so we're actually gonna pick things up kind of after the first leg of the start of the journey. Left Miami at about 5 a.m. in a truck to get to the Sanford Auto Train station, which is where we're sitting right now in the parking lot. I just got the bike unloaded and then all the bags and stuff put on it, and it's all ready to go. Set the pressures, 40 in the front, 42 in the rear. Carrying a lot of weight on the bike. And we have 638 miles to go to VIR. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day to ride. 75 degrees right now. It's going to be in the low 80s eventually, but there's like barely a cloud in the sky. We'll pick things up a little bit later. And we're back. So this is made a couple. Oh, how many? No, only one gas stop on the bike so far. This will be my second gas stop, but we made it to Roebling. There's a VIR weekend. There we go. Sorry to get some bikes coming through now. I just got here. I have no idea what race is going on right now. Something with 600s. Ended up leaving Sanford at like, I don't know, just after 9 o'clock. Almost, it's 2 o'clock now. Pretty much just been riding straight through. Plan was to get here and look at some bikes and have some lunch, but they just closed the concession stand apparently right before I got here. So that kind of sucks. The notoriously horrible on gasoline Tuono has been doing okay with my fat ass and a bunch of other stuff on it. Getting like 35 miles to the gallon, so running like 4.2 of the 4.9 gallon tank, I can go about 150 miles between fill-ups, so it's like a solid 2 hours in between taking breaks. But as soon as I leave here, which is only going to be here for a few minutes, it's going to be a freaking nasty slog all the way up to Danville, Virginia. Okay. The guys that I was racing with for a couple of years. Got in about 9:30 last night. It was like 50 degrees. But transformed the bike from the Tuono to the Tuareso, and it's got a number, a sponsor, and a sticker. So it's all taped up and ready to go. Sharing the pit with Mondo, Otto, and Danny, who graciously allowed me to hang out with them. I didn't just show up and not knowing them, I know them. And now we're on our way to the riders meeting.
Okay, I want to start off and just say thanks to everybody for being here this morning. We appreciate everybody coming out to ride with PRE. It's going to be a great day. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you have a fun day. I always start off the riders meeting. We'll do a couple things here. I'm going to let Jim Eglinger from Max Speed Cycles and Josh Barnett from Apex Pro Photo tell you a little bit about some services they have to offer you.
that's it. I'm home now. Trip's over. I didn't really shoot a ton of video at the track from the bike, because by the time I mounted the GoPro up, it had kind of started threatening rain. It never actually really rained, but most of the people didn't go out for the couple of sessions that I ran the GoPro, and watching an empty track in front of a bike is pretty boring. So I didn't bother really including any of that. Just a couple of minutes. Then I rode to an Airbnb in Petersburg, Virginia. Really weird town, filled with old Victorian houses that are, half of them are really well maintained and look like something out of a theme park, and the other half are crack houses. So it makes for like a nice diversity. But there's a cool brewery there, Trapezium Brewery. Highly recommend it. I got a growler. I put it in the bag. So I used to have a Versus 1000, and I was really impressed one time when I was able to fit a 12-pack in the side case. I was able to put a whole growler in the side case of the Tuono, even though the side cases in the Tuono are tiny. But it still worked out. Then I rode from there to the train station in Lorton, and I don't know how I feel about the auto train, really. It was a pretty decent experience. It's okay. For what it is, it's seems kind of expensive a little bit. There's $110 for me and coach, and then $150 to take the bike. So $260 for like an 18-hour train ride, and sitting in a chair that's really comfortable to sit in, but at night when you want to sleep in it, at least for someone my size, it doesn't really work out. It leans back pretty far. They have a support for your thigh and then a footrest, but all of it's in the wrong place if you're a 99th percentile human like me. So it didn't really work out that well. And there was a guy on the train who had the worst sleep apnea of anyone I've ever heard in my entire life. And I'm a doctor. I hear a lot of them. Well, I don't really hear them sleeping, but I know of a lot of them. And this guy died like 50 times overnight and woke up basically screaming for oxygen. And it was impossible to sleep. Because the guy's, oh, Jesus, oh, God. Seriously, screaming, Jesus, God, trying to live. I don't know how the guy doesn't kill himself. Anyway, if I did it again, I definitely wouldn't do it again going coach. Maybe if I got a room, but then it gets really expensive. 2 people in a roomette, it's like over $300, and then 2 bikes, another $300. So you're talking $600 round way for $600 one way for 2 people, and that's like almost ship the bikes and fly money, really, if you're talking about it. But it all worked out. Everything got back in one piece. And I'm definitely going to try to hit a few more track days up there. VIR North is great. Highly recommend it. PRE puts on a really good track day. They put on a ton of air fence. It's super safe. Highly recommend them. And honestly, the Tuono, I never really tested it much. For the first couple of years that I had it, I just rode it back and forth to work. I didn't really use it for anything else. I didn't take long trips. I didn't take it to the track. I had race bikes. But I'm kind of impressed with it now, lately. Take it to Homestead for a day, ran around the track, and then this time to long trip and then to VIR. It kind of does it everything. Kind of does it all, anyway. So, till the next one.